Ready to roll?
Everybody ready?
All right. First off, I want to say happy birthday to Harper, my daughter. It's her 5-year-old birthday today. So, yeah, pretty big day in the Key household this morning. She had the door decorated and all those things when she woke up. And so I'm sure she's having a little party at school right now. We had practice, obviously, so weren't able to take some of her favorite players over there to see her at school today. So anyway, had a good win on Saturday. A place that has been a challenge for Georgia Tech to win at for a long period of time. Really proud of the players and the coaches and staff. Challenged everybody throughout the week to be a better version of themselves, and the best they can be last week. And really that starts with myself to the other coaches and the staff and the players, and all of us have accountability in those things. So same challenge is this week, right? Now, to be the best version of yourself, you have to be better than the week before. So players of the week, defensively, Jalen King, man, he played a heck of a game. He is flying around right now. He's playing exactly like you'd think a ninth-year senior would play. He's you talk about laying it on the line for this team and for Georgia Tech. Some of those guys, they're playing top, and not just him. Him, Dylan Leonard, Tay, Spider. Trying to think, I'm drawing a blank now of the older guys that have been around a long time. They're really playing the game the right way, and they're playing with a purpose. So really proud of those guys. Offensively, Jamal Haynes, player of the week. And then special teams, really had two guys, David Shanahan and Don Blaylock. And we knew that was going to be a field position game going in by the way they played the game and the way they wanted to play the game with a possession of the football, field possession, time of possession, all those things. And winning the field possession battle by 10-plus yards is a big deal. It's a really big deal in this day of college football. So David did a nice job, put 3 inside the 20, 2 inside the 10. Has one I know he'd like to have back that he didn't put quite enough touch on it. And but then Dom had I think it was 23-yard punt return. So just the battle of field position that we're getting right now with our special teams has been critical. And the punt team, punt return team are doing a nice job in that. Allows me to be able to get in those certain areas and still have a 4-down mentality or take a delay mentality and let him get the extra 5 yards to be able to lay it up, and it worked. He was able to lay the thing up and get it inside the 10 where we wanted it. So it was a good outcome with there. Some of the other teams we still got to continue to get better at. So the thing this week is there's no guarantees in winning games. It's week to week. Each week is a new season right now. There's no guarantees, but there's some truth to it, and there's very obvious truths. When you put the right things into it and you prepare at the right standard and to our standard and go through the process, and good things usually happen. And when you don't do that and you don't prepare to your standard and you don't go through the right process, bad things happen. So that's really what we've discussed this week is when you know how to to get things done and be in a position to have the outcome you want. So we've got to be able to go out and prepare and play throughout the week this week, and then when Saturday comes at noon, be able to go play that same way. So the challenge this week is to elevate our standards and elevate what we do. Okay, I've never asked a coach or a player, and I never will ask a coach or a player to play over their head or play bigger than they can play. To be better than they have. I'll ask is those guys to be the best version of themselves, all right, to be the best player that they can possibly be, to play at the highest of their God-given ability. Can you be a better version of yourself each week? Yes, that's raising that ceiling. But to play out of your mind and play over your head, I don't believe in that. I believe collectively we've got to play our best football together every week in and week out. And then Kobe Bryant talked a lot about being obsessed and being obsessed with winning and being obsessed with the process, obsessed with sticking to the standard that he has for himself. And we watched a little video on Kobe Sunday night, and talking about the obsessive nature that you have to have to win games and to be the best you can be. And that's the next step we have to take. We have to have the obsessive mentality to prepare to win, the obsessive desire that when Saturdays come to play to win. And that's taking it to the next step. And and when you talk about obsessive, you're not talking about being obsessed where you play with anxiety or you slow down or you play timid. We're talking about obsessed with you're going to do everything you can to be the best version of yourself every single play, every single day, every single game, every single week. And so that's the challenge I put to the team this week. I put to the coaches, I put to the staff, and I put to myself is create that obsessive mentality with winning. And really, are you obsessed with winning? Is it something that, everything you do it the best you can possibly do it because it's going to have an outcome on the game. So with that, we're getting ready to play a good football team in Clemson. I think Mike corrected me earlier that it's my 8th consecutive year of playing these guys. I've had some good games on both ends. So excited to go up there, excited to play. You talk about a standard that they've set in this conference and the standard they've set nationally. They're 8 ACC championships, 2 national championships, all in the last 12 years. Right? So that is a standard for this conference that they've been able to be. So our team is going to be really excited to go up there. We're going to be excited to play our best game and excited to go up there and play for 60 minutes and 4 quarters. So with that, open with any questions.
When you look at the offensive line, a lot of people talk about, Weston and Jordan Williams, but in between them you got Connor. How has he played since he's been here playing between those two guys?
Yeah, Connor's done a nice job. And all those guys, they're getting better every week. Are there mistakes? Yeah, there's still mistakes. There's still things they've got to clean up and get better at. But I've been really proud of Connor. He got here in the summer. It was when he went through training camp. I think it wasn't just the shock of going through the preseason camp, but also the preseason camp here in the humidity of the South, and it took him a little bit time to get adjusted. And he was able to, continue to progress every day really throughout camp and throughout the season. And you've seen him consistently, getting better every week.
Chad. You talk about these veterans laying it on the line. Do you speak to them about time running out in their carears, or do you think that comes organically?
No.
That comes organically.
No. We don't look past today. You can prepare for tomorrow, but you're not looking past today. You got to make every moment count. We talk about that at halftime. We talk about play the moment, be in the moment. Don't worry about outcomes. Don't worry about what happened before. To be in the moment and stay in that moment, and that's what those guys are doing right now. They're staying in the moment.
I was just curious if you had any updates. And a couple guys, obviously Horace left really early in the game, and then Kenan and Amari, and then have you guys made a decision about Leo and what you want to do there?
Yeah, Leo had surgery, 5 months ago on his knee. He'd be like Bionic Man if he was back full playing right now. That'd be pretty cool. Georgia Tech could create something like that. They definitely could, but 6 months out on an ACL, golly, that'd be like Guinness Book of World Record stuff. So Amari went down with a lower ankle injury. He was out there today. He's progressing good, progressing well, faster than we thought right there at the game. If anybody saw Amari on the sideline, he's running up and down trying to get that thing loose to get back in that game. He is a competitive little sucker now. I thought Kenan played a really good football game. I really did. I know he got banged up a little bit a few games ago, but he's elevated himself these last few games he's played, and he's been playing really good football. He got hit in the thigh, so he was back. He was full go today. And then Horace is the one that if you see that play he made when that happened, it was almost like he got. That's a big man moving square down the line of scrimmage to tackle that guy. And actually, when you saw the play, I was worried about the poor kid from Virginia. Really was. So Horace will bounce back. He was out there today, smiling, laughing, typical Horace that he is, and. Hopefully he's able to go full go and give us a bunch of reps on Saturday.
Anything in the back?
Coach, if you could just talk a little bit more about Clemson. They might have flipped a switch this past Saturday. They really had a great performance, but just what it's like going in there, what do you got to do to prepare specifically for them?
Yeah, first thing is worry about ourselves, is be able to prepare ourselves and prepare the right way. Be the best version of ourselves this week. That's coaches, like I said, myself, it's coaches, it's everyone. Have the best plan of attack. The players believe in the plan, play fast. Going into there, it's a stadium. It's got 2 end zones, 2 sidelines. It's 33 and a third, 53 and a third across, 100, 120. I'm not good at math. 120 total yards. There's a big hill that people roll down on one side of it, kind of like last week, a big grassy area. Similarities to last week, similarities to Wake Forest with the grassy area in the end zone. It gets loud. I think probably the only difference you'll see is we will prepare with crowd noise this week, and not just later in the week. Every day we'll have crowd noise. Prepare for that to be able to go into the game. They're a good football team, really good football team. Again, I don't look at records. Look at the film you watch. There's things that I think Dabo is doing now to play to the strengths of his team. Don't forget who Dabo's college football coach was now. I mean, you talk about old school and old school values. I mean, he played for Coach Stallings, if I'm not mistaken. So, he knows how to win games that way too. And their defense is, you talk about a standard. I mean, their defense is as good as anybody you've seen in the country collectively. They've got really good players. They've got good players that are older, experienced. They've got good players that are younger and getting better each week. And offensively, I think they're finding an identity for themselves right now that's leading to some success for them and led to success last week.
I know the game's still got to be played, but what would a win at their place mean for this program and a win of that magnitude?
You may say politically correct thing. It'd be the next game, 24 hours to enjoy it, on to the next game, But we play one season. I mean, each week is a season. There is no tomorrow after Saturday, as far as we're concerned. There's nothing, we're going to lay it all on the line, right? We're going to, take the punches, throw the punches. When I say take the punches, I mean take our punches. In football, you're always going to take a few punches. But if anybody's seen our team after the win last week, the excitement, how excited they were, it's another team that we have an opportunity to go play football against. Right now, what would it mean to beat them? They're the standard of the conference. I said that in the opener. I mean, what they've done the last 12 years, what Dabo's been able to accomplish there, it's truly remarkable. He's done an unbelievable job. I think one of 3 teams in the last 12 years to do what they've been able to do. So, would it be big? Yeah, it'd be big. Daggum right, it'd be big, right? But we're not going to make it more than it is, because that's when the anxiety and the emotional reactions start to kick in, right? When the game's over, I'll let these guys, just like we have every week, choose how to let their emotions go. So, Charlotte.
I know the focus is now on Clemson, but was there anything that worked well last week, preparation-wise, attitude-wise, that you're carrying into this game week?
Yeah, I mean, at this point in the season, we start to we adapt the practice schedule a little bit, just based on the point we are in the season. So, and this was a set plan that we've had since really before we started playing. I mean, this was back in the summer, in spring and summer, we started to put together practice plans. So we've stuck to that model of adapting practices moving forward. Are there things week to week you change a little bit based on player availability? Yes, because that's the key to the game on Saturdays is player availability.
When you look at the you look at the offensive side of the ball and the older guys stepping up, I think Dylan Leonard's a guy that's starting to get some receptions in the offense. And what does it mean for the offense to have the tight end position as more of a weapon than it was earlier in the year?
Okay, I know you're saying weapon as far as catching the football, right? If anybody's watched Dylan Leonard play football this season, they would be blown away, right? Number 2 is playing as good as any tight end in the country right now when it comes to the way he blocks in the core, blocks moving, blocks on the perimeter. I cannot be more proud of that kid right now and what he's doing for this football team. You talk about somebody that bleeds Georgia Tech, bleeds white and gold, and is all about this place. Watch the way he plays for 50 plays, 60 plays, 65 plays in the game. He is Georgia Tech. That's the grit. That's the toughness. Right? That's the intelligence. That's everything that this program is about, is the way he's playing the game. Right? To get a couple of catches, 3 catches, 4 catches, that's a bonus. That's a bonus on what he's doing for this football team. Right? That entire position is playing as good a football collectively as I've seen out of a tight end position probably my entire career. And I'm not saying that. I think y'all know me well enough that I'm not just going to say those things. But I've told every one of them that. And we're able to put more volume into our offense and do more things offensively because of those guys, because of their experience, their toughness. Luke has done so many things, whether it be, out wide into the core. I mean, just, everybody can't catch every ball. And we don't want that. We've got a lot of good skill players on our offense, and to be able to distribute the ball out and have 10 different players to catch us last week, it goes to show what Buster and the offensive staff have been able to do of getting that ball so you can't key on one person from a defensive standpoint. But, what number two's been able to do for us offensively, holy cow. I mean, he is a vital, vital key core in what we're doing.
I was curious, guy that kind of
curious a lot.
Yeah, I am. I stole that from Ken. That's what I feel like I'm doing as a tribute to him now. A guy that stood out to me on Saturday was Eddie Kelly, and he's a guy you brought in, and obviously you lose Sylvain early in the year, and you've had to play Macias, kind of steal from your D tackles to play him there. How important has it been to see maybe him start to progress and get you more production in terms of pass rushing and setting edge?
The production he was able to have in the run game as well, with some of the TFLs he had and, pass breakups. He made some plays that were, golly, the one where he tipped the swing pass, that was a heck of a play. I've only seen that done once or twice in a long time. He's really maturing off the field, which is carrying over his maturity on the field. I talked to him on Sunday. I saw him in the hallway and grabbed him and spoke to him. Just, again, that it was really, it's been pleasing to see his growth and maturity, over the last, 4 months, and it's really starting to show on the field.
Anything else? Anything in the back?
That was quick and easy.
Okay.
That's what happens when you win.
Appreciate it, everyone.
Yeah, right. Yeah. All right. Go Jackets.